everyone, my name is ETA. I am 8 years old. I am here today to share my story, not just because it's mine, but because I believe it carries something greater: hope, resilience, and faith. My story begins in a small fishing village in Nigeria, where life was simple but not easy. My father worked as a fisherman. My mother sold vegetables in the market, and my little sister Amara was the light of our family. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that made our small house feel like the biggest mansion in the world. But life has a way of changing without warning. One night, my parents sat me down and spoke of a new beginning. They said we were going to Europe, a land where dreams grow like trees, and opportunities bloom like flowers. At just 8 years old, I didn't fully understand what it meant, but I could see hope in their eyes. My father promised that we would have a better life, one where Amara and I could go to school, eat well, and live without fear. That hope was enough to make me excited about our journey. The night we left was quiet, almost too quiet. We boarded a small, crowded boat with many others who shared our dream of a better life. I held Amara close as the boat rocked against the dark waves. At first, the sea felt like an adventure, a thrilling ride to something new. But as hours turned into days, the waves grew taller and the sky darker. I began to feel a kind of fear I had never known before, a fear that something terrible was coming. And then it happened. A monstrous wave crashed into our boat, tipping it sideways. People screamed as we were thrown into the cold, merciless water. I clung to Amara as tightly as I could, but the current was too strong. The last thing I remember was her small hand slipping from mine, as the sea swallowed us whole. When I woke up, I was on the shore, coughing up water and shaking with cold. I screamed for my family, but only silence answered me. My heart broke into a million pieces as I realized they were gone: my mother, my father, my baby sister. The people who were my entire world had been taken by the sea, leaving me alone, scared and unsure of what to do. As I lay there, unable to move, a shadow appeared over me. It was a man with kind eyes and gentle hands. His name was Ibrahim, and he became the reason I am standing before you today. Ibrahim wrapped me in a blanket and gave me food and water. He didn't ask me any questions at first. He just stayed by my side, offering the kind of comfort that words could never provide. Ibrahim took me to his small home, where he lived alone. Over the weeks that followed, he became my protector, my guide, and my friend. He told me stories of his own struggles, of how he had lost his family too, and how he found strength in helping others. He taught me that even in the darkest times, we can find light if we look for it. It wasn't easy. There were nights when I cried myself to sleep, missing my family so much that it felt like my heart was being torn apart. But Ibrahim would remind me of something my mother used to say: God never leaves us, even when it feels like the world has. I began to pray, not just for my family, but for the strength to keep going. Faith became my anchor. I started to believe that even though my family was gone, their love was still with me. I imagined my father's strong arms guiding me, my mother's gentle voice encouraging me, and Amara's laughter reminding me to smile. Slowly, I found hope again. Today, I share my story not to make you sad, but to remind you of the strength we all have inside us. Life can be unfair, cruel even, but it can also be beautiful. I've learned that every ending is also a beginning, and every loss can teach us to love even more deeply. So, to anyone who feels lost or broken, I want you to know this: you are not alone. Even when the storm is raging and the waves feel like they'll drown you, there's always a hand waiting to pull you to safety. For me, that hand was Ibrahim's. For you, it might be someone else, or even the strength within yourself. My name is ETA, and I am 8 years old. I have known loss, but I have also known love. I have seen darkness, but I have also found light. And today, I stand here as a testament to the power of faith, hope, and kindness. Thank you for listening to my story. May it remind you that even in the hardest times, you are never truly alone. If my story touches you, like, subscribe, share and type God is great to spread God's goodness.